E-voice, my friends. Having a receptionist would be cool, but you're going to have to pay her and put up with her stinky perfume. You know what? E-voice is cool. It'll enhance your image. You could work faster, make more money. Try eVoice right now for free. When you go to evoice.com, use the promo code JAY, my name, evoice.com, J. eVoice is your virtual assistant, your own toll-free number, dial by name directory. All your calls will be professionally answered and routed wherever you want them to be routed. eVoice types out your voicemail messages and emails them to you instantly, just like with a real receptionist, except you don't have to pay her or him and put up with stinky cologne or stinky perfume or bad attitudes. You can operate like a top executive but stay lean like a startup and blow away your competitors. eVoice has been mentioned as a key tool for today's businesses in both Inc. magazine and Forbes. I believe in eVoice. I want you to believe in eVoice. I want you to try eVoice. Go to evoice.com, promo code J, evoice.com, promo code J, evoice.com, promo code J, or just go to jmohr.com and click the eVoice banner. Squarespace, got to use it. It's good for you. All-in-one platform that makes it easy to create a professional website, blog, a portfolio, or online store. If your website stinks, people are going to think your company stinks. Are you a comic? Are you a writer? Do you have your own business? Do you want an online store? Do you want to sell stuff? You want to move some merch? Squarespace could do it for you. Beautiful templates. Responsive design. Your website will automatically scale to fit perfectly on every device. Every Squarespace template has its own customized mobile view. $8 a month for the standard plan, $16 for their unlimited plan, and $24 for the unlimited plan and an online store. You could sell things. This is awesome. Free trial, my friends, but you got to go to squarespace.com, and when you're ready to purchase, click enter an offer code under pricing at checkout and use the offer code JAY6, J6 for 10% off. This is great. JAY and the number 6, or go to fakemustache.com and click on the Squarespace banner on the Mohr Stories page. Squarespace, everything you need to create an exceptional website.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
If you want a battle, it's either that you will or you won't.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Yeah, manja, will it be like the manja, like eat?
San Gennaro feast.
But it's the Feast of Santa Rocco. Manganiello. Manganiello.
Whoa, there's no reason. You don't have to swear, Joe.
Hey, guy. It's like...
Manganiello.
Yeah, it's like a billy club that cops beat people with.
A Manganiello?
The Manganiello, yeah.
Pittsburgh's own. Born and bred.
Born and bred.
You got Pittsburgh pride, and you should. Pittsburgh is one of my favorite American cities. I love it. I dig it.
Yeah.
PNC Park. Prettiest ballpark I've ever been in my life.
You eat the Permane Brothers sandwich?
Yes, and I ate. I almost got beat up there because I asked for it without the fries in the middle, and there was a girl behind the counter. And you know that the rules when you go get the sandwich, you get what they give you.
Oh yeah, you don't mess with it.
It's coleslaw, and then they put French fries in it.
Yeah, and they take the fries out with their hands. They dump them out of the fryer or pick them up, barehanded and just stuff them in.
Some girl's running Aquanet through her fingers, through her hair, picking her nose, and then I go, "Hey, could I not have fries?" And she slammed it down.
How'd that
told
go?
Me, you get yins get fries.
Yeah,
I got fries for yins.
And then they get the hot sauce, the Red Devil hot sauce.
It was incredible. I ate 2 of those. I just did like Good Morning Pittsburgh, so it was like early.
Yeah.
And my driver was like, it's a little early for that. I'm like, fuck that. Circle around. If I'm in Pittsburgh, I'm getting the sandwich.
But you ate it.
I ate 2.
So there you go. Because the thing is sometimes people go there, celebrities go there, and they don't eat the sandwich. They order it to do like a little PR. I think there's a famous story about Hillary Clinton went to Permane Brothers and ordered it and just took the pictures with it and then left and didn't even eat the sandwich.
With that big fat ass, you're telling me she didn't have the sandwich with the fries?
That's what I'm telling. That's what I heard.
I don't know if you noticed my gut, Joe Manganiello, but I don't really turn down too many meals on the road. It's kind of a point of pride for me. I like it a lot. You know, I like finding the little nooks and crannies. And Primanti Brothers, that was the coolest. Most people, of course, know Joe Manganiello.
There you go.
From True Blood, where you play a werewolf.
Yes.
Now, that's got to be the most uncomfortable audition of all time.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of growling and snarling. I mean, literally.
Was there really?
I swear. Well, the scene that they gave me was this snarling transformation scene, like going into like a fight. So
it's humiliating.
So you're sitting there in the waiting room, and you can hear through the walls because they're like paper thin. You can hear the other guys going ahead of me, and I've already kind of planned out what I'm going to do, and nobody's really going for it in there. Yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm either getting this part, or I'm going to look like the biggest fucking asshole in the history of the planet, and I went in there and just stuck to my guns, and
you went like you took it to 11.
Like, yes, 211, snarling about 12 inches away from the casting director's face, who's this little, like 4'11", like Long Island woman. So she's like, "Oh my God, he's an animal," and I'm like 12 inches away, snarling, "I'll kill you." And
you're a huge guy. Like, you are you're built like a Klitschko. Like, you're built like a giant heavyweight boxer. It's amazing. Like, when you walk in a room, I say this with all envy. Like, you're an actual enormous physical specimen. It must be a job as much as you work out. Is it just it's a lifestyle?
It's a job, yeah. I mean, it literally, I mean, my trainer was playing semi-pro football up until 2 years ago. And
want to give him a shout out? Go ahead.
Yeah, my trainer, Ron Matthews.
Ronnie Matthews?
Yeah, Ron Matthews. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was playing for Inglewood, actually. They were the number 2 team in the nation semi-pro a couple years ago. He was
Inglewood, up to no good.
Inglewood.
City of Champions, son.
Yeah, shout out.
Big shout out to Ronnie Matthews.
Yeah, in Inglewood.
So you're at about 4.5% body fat.
I don't know.
I do.
I had the pancake, the olive oil pancake breakfast this morning. So.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm done being shirtless for the foreseeable future.
Oh well, we shoot bonus content when the podcast is over. We have our own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I figured you and I could take our shirts off and do diamond push-ups. But face up, nipple to nipple.
How many did Rick Fox get?
Not many. It was weird. He tapped out at about 16. Yeah, it was in the teens.
Interesting.
But we did it downstairs, and Einstein here took a photo of it instead of recording it. So I'm on a YouTube channel, the photo, and have him do an actual commentary of what happened for a minute and a half. It's a minute and a half.
All I care about is destroying Pat O'Brien. How many can he get?
Pat O'Brien is oddly one of the strongest men alive. Not joking. He's like crazy old man strong, like Clint Eastwood and Gran Torino strong.
It's like when your dad gets in your face, and
you're
still scared shitless of him, even though you're bigger than him.
Yeah, like when he takes like pot shots at me, it actually kind of scares. Like I get a little frightened, like because he gets a look in his eye, like I might just be serious about this. He's one of those guys. He's Michael Douglas in Falling Down at any given moment. He could just be that guy to just pound your face in and be like, "I'm out of here. I don't need this shit." In the Final Four. Here's Steve with Laker news. Jay Mohr beat to a pulp by me.
Well, for everybody listening to this, I mean, Pat O'Brien. I literally walked in to meet Jay, and Pat O'Brien punched me in the dick. And then started throwing punches at Jay. So
but then he goes, "What do you think about that?"
Yeah, and then Jay was like, "Well, somebody help me!" And so I ran in and Macho Man elbow drop Pat in the head, and
his apricot hair, his phony apricot hair. He's got apricot colored hair. That only comes in a fucking box with a picture of Red Auerbach on it. That hair is not in nature. That is some phony fucking hair.
Red Auerbach,
Fox only.
Red Auerbach's only. Yeah, this endorsement deal.
The Red Auerbach hair
of all
dye.
time, yeah.
Just for men. Apricot for phonies. I would say Pat O'Brien, I'm going to say 22. Perfect form, but he would get more, but he wouldn't be able to not talk shit to you the entire time.
That would probably take away some energy. It's kind of like Usain Bolt, like easing up at the end just to kind of look back and make a face at you as he's running across the finish line.
Yeah, he's a total enigma. He's an older gentleman, and he's gotten his life together, and he's peerless as a broadcaster. But every once in a while, he'll just punch a guest in the dick.
Pat versus Marv Albert.
Oh, Pat. I'll take Pat against any announcer except Gus Johnson. Gus Johnson, I think, just goes roughhouse over Pat. In a fist fight, you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking
All right.
fist fight. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Marv Albert gets real mad. He goes, "Hold my hair." Yes. Well, yeah. What about in any sport? No, I think just fighting. Pat O'Brien.
Rogan.
Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan kills everybody.
Rogan,
Joe Rogan
yeah.
kills Joe Manganiello. Hard G, everybody.
Rogan is a funny guy. I saw him do stand-up a few years ago. Hilarious.
Very funny.
Speaking of which,
But he could
stand-up.
fight.
My brother went to see you do stand-up once, and he came home with probably the funniest story I've ever heard about you and Tracy Morgan punching cars in the face.
Yeah, we got everybody pregnant. The cars got faces on West 3rd Street. Where'd he see me? At the Pittsburgh Improv?
I want to say he saw you in L.A.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He's your brother. Where does he live? We could really narrow
well,
it
he
down.
lived in Pittsburgh. He now lives in L.A., but I think it was during the L.A. phase, and I guess there was some PCP involved and punching cars.
Good story. Good old days.
And then the shirt off in the club.
Well, Tracy's shirt is always off. I saw Tracy at the Melrose Improv punching the audience as they walked out, and he just kept going, "I miss my daughter." And he's like just punching them in the face. It's like 100 people, but he's like doing okay. Like body shots, leg kicks, jabs. He's bobbing and weaving. Like, "I miss my daughter." He doesn't have a daughter, Joe. He has like 3 sons. One of them is older than him. That is some other level ghetto activity when you have a child older than you. When your son takes you to get your driver's license.
Your son gives you a talk. Yeah, I saw him at karaoke once, and I've never been so scared for someone in my life, like for their health.
You saw Tracy Morgan.
Karaoke Barney's Beanery one night.
Okay, this is a story that needs to be told.
I mean, you could probably do a better impersonation, but I mean,
No, you don't have to do the impression. Just break it down for us.
I mean, it
Play
was
by play.
It was. I don't even know what he was singing. I want to say maybe it was a Britney Spears song, and
Oh my God!
I don't think there was a word of English uttered.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Yeah.
Did it again. Yeah. Toxic, baby. I'm getting pregnant.
Kind of, yeah.
What were you doing at karaoke is a better question.
I was at Barney's Beanery hanging out and not engaging in the karaoke.
No, you were not.
No, not.
What would you sing if you had your pick of the litter?
Oh boy. I don't know. Maybe I've got a scary falsetto. So maybe like Prince's Kiss or something.
I like that.
Yeah.
The ladies are going to like that.
Yeah,
ladies are hitting me up on
surprising.
Twitter for like the last year. When's Joe Manganiello coming on the podcast? When's Joe Manganiello coming on the podcast? And a lot of them are from overseas.
Yeah.
A lot of German tweeters like, my English not good, Joe Manganiello.
They're I think they're on my Twitter actually.
You went to Carnegie Mellon.
I did.
So did Andy Warhol. Name
Yep.
other famous graduates of University of Carnegie Mellon.
Ted Danson, Blair Underwood, Holly Hunter, Stephen Bochco, John Wells.
It's a good school.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I performed there once
Yeah.
and did mushrooms afterwards.
That sounds about right.
Probably my best mushroom trip ever. Went to a house party that was in a basement, and it was all black lights,
Yeah.
and everybody had a number like on a name tag. So like if I thought like a girl was hot and she was number 18, there was mail slots upstairs in the real world, and I would just put like dear number 18 in the 18 slot and say like number 400, you're kind of cute. So if you didn't want to talk to anybody, you just act like you never got your mail.
This is fantastic.
And then you go and
This is wait. What year
he's like
was
the
this?
Italian Gary Goldman.
What year? So,
I would say 90. Long time ago.
All right.
You were 8 years old.
Junior high, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Doing mushrooms. That shouldn't stop you from doing mushrooms.
Yeah, well, I remember like basement parties, like mid '90s basement parties. Like my first rave when like the records were coming over from England, and they had
Yes.
like it wasn't like police sanctioned. Like you had to set up the generators illegally and do the whole thing. And I remember I got busted, and then it moved somewhere else. And
Red Solo cups everywhere.
red Solo cups, and there was no ecstasy. That wasn't like the thing yet. It was only like acid and acid and keg beer.
They're really.
It's like a weird combination.
We really missed out on ecstasy as the buffer between LSD, crack, and like booze and pot, and then you need something to take it up a notch. But maybe I don't want to smoke crack. Ecstasy is that perfect middle class.
Middle class.
How far are we going to take this party drug? You can still have a conversation with your parents on X somewhat.
A friendly, nice. You're the son they always wanted.
Just realize you've been rubbing your dad's back for an hour and a half. God, my velour shirt, Dad, is incredible. I love my dad's shirt. That was the first time at Carnegie Mellon when you always see shit flying around the room or like, patterns on carpets when you're tripping. That was the first time I had ever tripped, and people's heads
were moving back and forth like funhouse mirrors. And but the people we were with that all had the same amount of mushrooms, we all saw the exact same head movement.
Now,
So like
when you were seeing that, could you look at people's faces, or did it weird you out? Because
no, we loved it because we were like hysterically laughing in the person's face because their head would just go whoop and just grow like a balloon being blown up. Yeah. But we all saw like if you asked
like NBA jams.
Exactly.
when you hit like 3 shots in a row.
John Stockton's big head.
You're on fire.
He's heating up. So yeah, Pittsburgh, good town. Dig the bridges. Allegheny River you can see from PNC Park. I want more information about you snarling in an audition. This because I don't think people realize auditioning is humiliating anyway.
Yes.
And you can hear the guy, like you said, through the paper thin walls. Yeah. Does that help you, or do you go, "Oh, this is kind of hard"? Or when you hear other guys doing their like werewolf noises, do you think to yourself, "I got this"? These guys.
Well, like I said, I mean, when I went in, no one else was doing it. No one else was really going there. So, you're sitting there. You can start to second guess yourself, like. Is what I'm about to do way too much? Like, am I going to blow these people out of the room, or is that exactly the right thing and they're doing the wrong thing? And so you kind of go into all of those permutations. But as it turns out, snarling was the right thing.
Werewolf, it seems like of all the things to turn into, werewolf is pretty bad. Like Dracula's, mummies, zombies got a good gig. You just got to find somebody's brain to eat. Werewolf, it seems pretty itchy. It seems like not fun. Is it a painful? Let me ask you this, since you're a werewolf expert.
Yes, please. Hit me.
The resident werewolf expert. Mm-hmm. The transformation, is it painful?
I think it is. It probably is in the moment. Your organs changing shape. And by the way, we have like long drawn out half-hour conversations about this stuff on set. If there's a pregnant female werewolf and she shifts, does the fetus shift? And, go.
Oh, my God. I need to be on this show. This is...
Or,
pothead, this is perfect.
If one werewolf shifts while having sex with the other werewolf that is in human form, is it considered bestiality?
Well, no, because they carry the werewolf gene. It's just a matter of time. But probably the best sex you would ever have...
Probably.
Would be werewolf changing into dog dick inside you. Or worse.
So, I mean, it raises
Is a werewolf penis the same size as a human penis?
Well, that's the thing. Can you make it any size you want? Could you have human penis on the werewolf?
Or does it turn into like a dog dick, like lipstick?
Yeah, because that'd
be embarrassing.
Or if kind of you shifted back but didn't fully shift and you were like, hey, wait, come on. I got to redo it.
It just stuck out like a dog at the dog park. You're like, I'm sorry. I was a werewolf earlier today. I apologize. I'm sorry. One of my ears is still floppy. So, in your opinion,
yes,
when you did the audition, was changing into a werewolf painful?
I think it is, but I think it's also there's an exhilaration to it. I think it's kind of a rush. There's an energy to it. But yeah, I think it is exhausting or tiring or painful, especially if you're shifting when you don't want to shift. Let's say on a full moon or when you get too angry.
You would think werewolves would really be aware of the moon's charts and know when it's going to happen. It seems like werewolf, it'd be hard to sneak a full moon in on a werewolf. Like maybe look at the calendar that has the moons on it.
You'd have to know.
Like, Wednesday, I better stay clear of the market.
Well, my whole thing, in
Did you ever have a conversation
for
like
a
this
date
before?
Oh, completely. Well, no, I'm glad we're finally having this. Yeah, I'm glad we're finally having it because I've thought out all this stuff.
Doesn't happen on Letterman.
Well, the other thing is that for my character especially, he hates being a werewolf and like doesn't want kids, and so there's this huge self-loathing thing. So for me, looking at the backstory, why would you be that way? I mean, if being a werewolf was great, this guy would love life and want to have kids and be a part of the whole thing. But if then it obviously can't be. So. What I'm thinking is, for the size that I am, like 6'4", 6'5", 240-ish.
Yeah, you're NFL big.
But in high school, imagine not being able to play football because of the cycles of the moon. You couldn't show up to the Friday night game. Like you'd have to drop out of extracurricular activities. He couldn't be on the basketball team. He couldn't be on the football team. He couldn't ask the cheerleader out that he was in love with because he couldn't tell her who he was. So there's an amount of probably watching the NFL and just laughing or watching World's Strongest Man competitions and just being sick to his stomach because he could have done it.
Do dogs know you're a werewolf when you walk by them?
I think so.
Like if a werewolf man goes to I'm sorry, werewolf is one of the greatest words ever. Does a werewolf man like go to the dog park with his dog? Do all the other dogs just clear out? Like
I would think,
whoa.
they'd be scared. They'd be like, all right. They wouldn't bark at him, I don't think.
When I first saw True Blood, everything was going great. I got Sookie, and there was the guy that she hung out with, like the gay black guy that worked in the diner.
Lafayette.
Yeah, everything was great. And then I must have literally taken a leak and come back, and there's a guy running around naked on all fours. But he wasn't a dog. He just was, like, I'm talking first season, like episode
Shapeshifter.
1. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a shapeshifter.
But he didn't shape.
He turns into a dog.
Huh?
He that was his thing. He would turn into a dog often.
But they filmed him as a human on all fours, running around naked, and I thought, wow, there must maybe a scene's missing. I'm not, but now it all makes sense to me.
Yes,
because it's the classic vampires coexisting with the werewolves. It seems like the vampires have a way better time. A lot more orgies in the vampire world. What happens when a werewolf? True Blood, by the way, I don't want people to think because we're goofing off that they make sure you watch True Blood because it's an incredible show. I tweeted like 2 weeks ago, HBO at this point should just have their own Academy Awards. They're like, it's bananas. It's off the charts.
Yeah.
With the Liberace movie and the Phil Spector and Jack Kevorkian, Pacino and Girls is like a perfect show. True Blood. It's just
it goes
Game
on
of
and on
Thrones.
and on. And forever. I mean, like Sopranos changed the game.
They should just have their own award show, and True Blood is way up there. So it seems like there's vampire powers. Mm-hmm. You're going to help me with this because I have so many questions about True Blood.
Yeah.
There are so many vampire powers that I have to assume the people... It's not like you do research on vampires and go, oh, no, they just make everybody go in the backyard and have sex in a trance. I got to assume that they actually did research, how do I explain this? If I was doing a movie about like the 1920s and I did something in the movie, somebody would call me and say, that's actually not how it went. Right. I got footage. But there's no vampire footage. So is there artistic liberty? Do vampires, can they hypnotize? I didn't know they could move that fast, first of all.
Well, I think each project has its own mythology or set of rules. And, True Blood is based on these novels. So in the novels set up kind of the powers and the rules. For example, silver. You don't need a silver bullet to kill a werewolf on our show. Regular bullet will do the job.
Okay.
But vampires on our show have a silver allergy. So if you throw your silver necklace and tie it around a vampire's neck, it's going to start burning through his neck and weaken him like kryptonite.
What about gluten? How are vampires with gluten?
Gluten, they have gluten allergy. No, gluten is. They don't eat. They don't eat. They don't breathe oxygen.
There really is no downside to being a vampire, from what I can gather. You never die. You make love to whoever you convince to make love. You can get anyone you want.
People, fly, levitate.
You have super strength.
Yeah.
And you're from like the Civil War, like nothing, like you never die.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it's like, no, don't bite my neck and make me a vampire.
I would do it in a second.
Is that better than being a werewolf?
According to our show, yeah. I mean,
what about according to Joe Manganiello, Hard G? Joe Manganiello from Pittsburgh, the pride of Carnegie Mellon.
I mean, on a personal level, I'm a big. What is he laughing about?
He just wrote, "What about diabetics' blood? Are vampires? How do they do with diabetes?" Jesus Christ! Yeah, we were quick around here.
There are blood-borne like diseases that vampires can catch. Then in the first season, there was like a hepatitis D that the vampires could catch from people.
And the bottled blood was in the good blood.
Yeah,
was in such like scarce supply. It was incredible.
The True Blood, yeah.
Yeah, True. Well, I guess that would be the name of the show.
Blood.
Thank you. Sorry about
which
that.
Sucks, yeah.
So being a vampire better than being a werewolf?
According to the show, I think, yeah, because when the vampires get very old, like thousands of years old, they're super strong. So that's a huge advantage.
What happens to a werewolf man when he gets super old?
He dies. He
dies?
turns into Pat O'Brien.
Oh my God! Follow Joe Manganiello on Twitter. What's your Twitter? How do you spell this?
Manganiello. It's JoeManganiello. Manganiello.
Hashtag Pat O'Brien. Will that work for you?
Hashtag Pat
Hashtag
O'Brien.
POB.
Hashtag Pat is a werewolf.
I noticed you got a nice, good beard going.
Yeah.
But you shave your neck.
I don't shave anything, man. It just stops growing.
You don't grow hair on your neck?
I'm the luckiest. Yeah. It stops right there.
Anybody I told that you were coming on the podcast, they go, "Oh, I see him at the gym." No one had any other Joe Manganiello sighting. No one even said, like, I saw him at Whole Foods once buying a lime. I saw him at the gym. I saw him deadlifting 600 pounds. I saw him at TGA Fridays bench pressing the weight.
It's great Jack Daniel's sauce. I mean, going to the gym's like a job on the show. I mean, I train twice a day, hour in the morning, half hour later on. I mean, it's like training like pro athlete for a sport.
It's kind of what every guy dreams of, is a job where they go, you have to work. That only happened to me once. It was on Street Kings, where the director said, hey, could you put on like 15 pounds of muscle? I was like, not a problem. Now that there's actual check involved.
It's the best.
It's very motivating.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're going on 4 years. I mean, and it's just been great to be able to – I mean, I come from an athletic background. I love training to begin with. So to have a job that affords me the excuse to do that, and then I can go and hire the best trainer in the world and go meet with him 5-6 days a week and just go, lift weights. It's awesome.
How long does it take you to grow your beard out to where it is now?
This is probably maybe like a couple 5
hours.
Weeks, something like that.
5 weeks?
Yeah, 5 weeks. I think.
See, you're still like, to me, you're indelible werewolf man to me. I'm not even making a joke. Like, I love the show so much. I'm like, he probably banged that out on the elevator right up here.
Yeah.
Just went,
yeah.
Let's give a little love to Dollar Shave Club. There's a YouTube video about Dollar Shave Club where they send nice new razors for a few bucks a month. So, Joe Manganiello, when you do decide to shave, am I getting it wrong on purpose now?
Totally, yeah.
Well, I said Manganiello.
Yeah, and then you went to Manganiello.
then I went to Mangelli.
And
help me. I'm not doing that on purpose.
Manganiello.
What did I just say?
Manganiello, I think.
Manganiello?
Yeah. There's like a
Isn't that like cannoli, ganol, ricotta,
like prosciutto?
Yeah.
Joe Mang.
Those are the...
Why don't you run down the store and get me some Joe Manch?
Those are the phony Italians. Like, hey, JJ.
Hey, while you're at it, my friend over here is going to buy me some fucking juji fruits.
Hey, how about a little prosciutto?
Hey.
It's fucking prosciutto. It says it on the sandwich board, you moron.
It's like
a little manigot. Manicotti, it says it right there. Manicotti.
How would Alex Trebek pronounce it?
Ooh, sorry.
Would he go there?
Manicotti. He would hit the T's hard, I think.
Would he? Yeah.
Ooh, sorry. The answer was, what is manicotti?
He wouldn't abbreviate?
That'd be amazing. Alex Trebek was like, ooh, sorry, Menagor. A shimanuda bafangats, this fucking guy up the head with my fucking gumad breaking the bowls, right? Hey, sorry. Now we're in double jeopardy. You guys ready? Get your fingers on your fucking buttons, you animals. Big-titted animal, you're up. Andrew Dice Trebek. Dollar Shave Club, 10 million views on dollarshaveclub.com. It's a regime change in the shaving industry. I used to waste a lot of time asking those guys to unlock the razor blades for me. They're all locked up. They're in jail, razor jail. dollarshaveclub.com. Today I was in a rush to get to work, and I didn't even use shaving cream. This is true. I just used my Dollar Shave Club razor, and it didn't hurt my face. It was good. They're great. Try it. Go to dollarshaveclub.com/JAY and get a free sample of Dr. Carver's Easy Shave Butter, which is awesome with your first shipment. Great Father's Day gift, dollarshaveclub.com. Support the show, dollarshaveclub.com/JAY, or go to jmohr.com and click on the Dollar Shave Club banner. You played volleyball, which is that's an incongruous pairing, football, basketball, volleyball. I guess it lends itself to height.
Yeah.
They're all height related. What position did you play in football?
Football, I was tight end and outside linebacker.
Tight end is like the manliest. Who else just played? Oh, Brendan Schaub from the UFC.
We were just talking to Mercedes Lewis, who's a good buddy of mine.
Really?
Right? Yeah.
He's smart.
Yeah, he's a great
He was talking
guy.
about profit margins. I'm like, bro, wrong audience.
Yeah, I met him at me and Antonio Brown, Steelers wide receiver. We presented the Lifetime Achievement Award, the Iron Man Award, to Hines Ward last year at the NFL Players Association Awards, and I met Mercedes and just hit it off. And he was like, "Come to this barbecue at my mom's house," and so I went down and we hung out. And so it was a blast. He's a great guy.
Down in Long Beach.
Down in Long Beach, yeah.
That must be ridiculous barbecue.
Awesome. Yeah.
When you name your son Mercedes. There's something special in a potato salad. that ain't Miracle Whip, man. It's my son, not Mercedes, Mohr, M-A-R, Mercedes Lois.
Yeah.
I can't get Joe Manganiello. My whole life. It's Joe Manganiello my whole life. Yeah. And then today you come in, you drop this hard G on me.
Hey.
And you can call me Pat O'Brien all you want. Volleyball.
Yep.
All right, so you play tight end and outside linebacker.
Yep.
You're really tall for an outside linebacker.
I guess so. I mean, I had always played inside linebacker growing up.
You're abnormally tall. You shouldn't be there.
You got the Jason Taylors of the world, but I guess so.
He's not inside. He's on the outside, rushing in.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I played outside, but yeah, I guess at 6'5", I was a bit tall, but. I mean,
tight end, like people, because like stand-up comics will be like, oh, then I played tight end. They try to put like a homophobic like whammy on tight end. It's like, I don't think you understand.
No.
It's about as rough as it gets.
Yeah, it's a skill. It's the biggest of the skill position.
Collision. Oh, I'll catch one. Yep. Collision against the defensive end, the roughest guy on the other team.
Oh yeah, and then you got to move down to the tackle, who's usually the biggest guy. So you're usually. I was lined up against some pretty big dudes.
Now, volleyball. What are guy volleyball outfits like? I don't remember ever really. I'm being completely serious. Unless it's beach, like Karch Karai and those guys. I don't remember seeing.
Yeah, no.
Guy
The high
volleyball.
schools with the male volleyball teams. I guess in the Northeast, you had like the Princetons of the world. You had like these kind of these Ivy League-esque colleges, and Ohio State, Penn State. They had men's volleyball on the college level. So a lot of the teams in my area had. Men's volleyball. It's just shorts and a t-shirt with a number on it, basically.
What number were you in volleyball?
I don't know. I can't remember.
What number you in? But football.
Football, I was 88 up until varsity. It was 89.
See, that's amazing. You never forget it.
No, you never forget that.
I was 37 in baseball. I never forget it.
Would you play baseball?
I played second base and shortstop. I wrestled mostly. Second base, shortstop, center field. Shortstop's way too hard. Fuck that. Ball's coming at you like a goddamn rocket. Crazy, yeah. That whole side of the infield. It's like you got to have rocks. To play third base with an aluminum bat, you got to be just dumb as a bag of hair to go, all right.
I played baseball as a kid until I got hit in the face with a bat and lost my two front teeth are fake. And I lost them, and then that was it.
Who hit you in the face with a bat? You're like, my dad.
Oh, I don't know. I remember there's a kid in my neighborhood, and I'll never forget this kid's name. And it's taken me 20-odd years, and I'm still.
Let's look him up. Let's Facebook this prick.
Does
he know it's you?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh man, of course, totally. Yeah. And it's like 2 years.
Oh, because it's a neighborhood guy.
Yeah, of course. And 2 years ago, I had to have emergency root canal surgery. 2 years ago. 20-odd years later. Because I had, still complications from this getting hit in the face with the bat.
Was it on purpose? Was it like...
Here's what it was. What are you taught from at a young age, the number one thing you teach kids playing baseball outside is don't swing the bat or when there's anybody around you.
Right. So, I don't know if that's really the route to success in baseball, but... We were like, keep your eye on the. There's others before that.
When you're
keep your eye on the ball.
When you're playing pickup baseball, don't swing the bat when somebody's around you.
Hit the cutoff man. Run the bases with alacrity. There's other things that go into. I don't know. But
here's where the debate begins.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm playing catcher. He's the batter. And, my buddy who's pitching is like, hey, I quit. I'm done. And I go, yeah, I quit. I'm done. What does he do? Swings the bat. I'm standing right in back of him and crushes me right in the face.
Oh, my God. My teeth hurt listening to this.
Full swing. Cracked him right in half.
These are all fake on me, and I got to get them done. The veneers? You got the whole thing.
I got the whole thing. Yeah,
they look good.
The screws up in and put them up. So.
Oh, my fucking face hurts watching you talk about screws. I pulled one of these nutty questions. Let me go with my karate back here for a second. You're stupid. All right, who cares about that? Let's talk more about volleyball outfits. You were a big. You really studied a lot of acting, and I'm a stand-up comic, so any acting jobs I got were like I was lucky.
What about action, man? That was a great show.
Well, I was a stand-up comic, and they came. Well, thank you,
yeah.
But I don't even know how acting class would work, and I'm asking you completely how. What do you? Is there a written? I'm not making any jokes.
Yeah.
Seriously, I've never actually all the actors that have ever sat across from me, I've never said what's it like? What do you do? I've always wanted to take acting classes.
Right.
Is there a written exam? Is there a driving portion? Do you get a learner's permit to act first?
Yeah, we get costumes and everything. It's really great.
What's the biggest? Seriously, like what was the biggest thing you learned that helped you in perpetuity in acting class?
The biggest thing?
Don't swing the bat when other people are around.
Don't swing the bat. Yeah. Catch the ball.
What's the
Hit
number
your
one?
cutoff, man.
What's the number one thing they teach you in Double A?
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess there are people that when you say, "Oh, yeah, I have a degree in act," and they go, "Oh, what did you do all day? Just learn your lines," And I mean, there's, I think it's easy to look at film and television and think, "Oh, okay, this is 50 years old. This is 100 years old," and really acting goes back thousands of years, and there's a place where it started, and there's all of these stories that we're telling today are really the same stories that were told 400 years ago, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. They're all kind of just the same stories being recycled over and over and over. So, there's really a comprehensive education of all of that, all of the different styles.
It's like a history of acting.
Pretty much there's a history of acting. But is
that applicable on a movie set? When you're doing Magic Mike, are you going like, hey, in Richard III, I could apply that here?
Believe it or not, yeah. I mean,
really?
yeah. I mean, there's, for example, I think when you take something like sitcom or even like a comedy like Magic Mike, where you're in an ensemble full of guys, all the guys in the ensemble are basically
fireman strippers.
Yeah.
A lot of lawbreakers in here tonight. All right. Sorry.
All those.
It happened.
I used to live right around here, right down the street from that fire station. Do you hear that thing going off like every
all
5
day,
minutes?
every time we record in here? But what are you going to
do? So, for example, in the Commedia period, which is this Italian version of, they would wear masks, and there were these set characters. There was like kind of a dirty old man, like a Pat O'Brien.
Hashtag Pat O'Brien.
There's
Joe Manganiello.
Harlequino, who is like
Joe Harlequino.
Harlequino would be like your everyman character, like your Seinfeld on Seinfeld, kind of the guy wandering around is just curious about life, kind of wanders into different adventures, and then you have his buddy, this kind of a bigger guy who eats a lot, maybe drinks a lot, is kind of this fun
Kramer,
exactly. All those characters started back in that period, and they can all be traced in almost every single comedy. So if you look at Magic Mike, I mean, I'm the dude with the big dick. I'm a version.
Excuse me.
I mean, I played Big Dick Richie. He's the version of that big dude who's the party dude who just wants to have a good time, drink a lot, get down. It's that version of Kramer, except in that ensemble. So there is a
what was Big Sexy? What was his guy?
Big Sexy.
Kevin. What's his name?
Kevin Nash.
Yeah, Kevin Nash.
I love that guy.
Everybody loves that guy.
You a wrestling fan?
Huge.
I mean, so was I. I was a huge fan of that guy. He will talk your ear off about Picasso and tax write-offs, and I mean, he's just this wealth of information, this encyclopedia.
He was on my wife's sitcom playing a wrestler, and all he talked about was how they would have contests to shit against walls backstage. Did he ever tell you any of those stories?
I didn't hear that.
Like literally, like Brendan Byrne Arena in New Jersey, they'd take all the X-Lax to be ripped up and make like crazy weight, and they just bend over and like they just blow it and make Jackson Pollocks on the wall.
It sounds right.
Okay. I was like,
that's
a jerk.
That's the guy. That's my guy.
Yeah, but he also talks about Picasso. So staying in the art theme, Jackson Pollock, Picasso.
Jackson Pollock.
At one time, I shit a Basquiat charcoal drawing. It was when sold at auction for $40 million. Here's Steve with Laker News. I'm Pat O'Brien. I shit Picassos.
I mean,
all right. So acting. Here's the thing about acting class too. Like David Mamet, you read a book like True and False by David Mamet, and he says he's verboten, absolutely not wasting your time. If you want to learn to act, go act. And then there's guys that absolutely swear by it. Most, I guess, successful actors have been to like, whether it be Steppenwolf in Chicago or stuff like that. But it seemed like cold reading classes. It seems here in LA at the local level to people that teach the most accessible acting classes seem to be the most like absolute bullshit classes.
They're bullshit.
Cold reading. Why would I ever be cold? Like, quick, read this.
Yeah.
You could get a sitcom now. Go. I'm gonna.
Acting teachers in LA are charlatans. I mean, for the most part, I'd say there's maybe 1% that are worth anything. But I mean, really, you should probably know how to act before you get to LA. Otherwise, I mean, it's just not that. I don't don't know that you're going to learn to act the way that college was. You know what I mean? There's not a theater scene here. You're not really going to learn, that way. You kind of have to learn on your feet. So you might as well just get in and just jump in and do it. I mean, I don't know how much there really is to learn from these teachers that are here. It seems like it's kind of
It seems like it seems like the biggest catch-22 of all time is the greatest acting school is acting. Like when you're actually in the trenches.
Yeah, but that's not to say that. I mean, the school I went to, they also taught us a phonetic alphabet. So you learn an alphabet. They make you write in it and dissect text in it for your first 2 years there. They almost don't let you write in English.
Why?
So that you can hear language and hear people from different countries, different areas. You stop seeing the word as spelled out and hear the sounds that they're changing words into. So when you get out after being drilled this language, you can pick up foreign languages. I mean, I had an audition where I had to speak French and German in the audition, which I don't speak and never did, and I got the part learning how to.
What was that show?
It was this crazy movie, this crazy horror movie a few years ago.
Called?
It was called, I think I wound up calling it Sublime.
That's never a good sign.
No, it wasn't.
I think they settled on...
They settled on Sublime, and I wound up getting the part and then not being able to shoot it because Sam Raimi wanted me to come film a scene in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, but you were in the first. You got acting work almost immediately when you came to L.A.
Yeah, like the week I was visiting, I met Sam Raimi and tested for him and got
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
like that's not like singing at Michelli's at Pizzeria. That's like an action. You're in fucking Spider-Man. That never had. You're in the upper 1% of the upper 1% of what your next wish categories. You meet Sam Raimi. You do Spider-Man.
Yeah,
and then that's then the inevitable waiting period. You probably think like, wow, this acting thing is easy. You just come out, you get a gig, I'm in Spider-Man, and then you wait around for 6 months going, oh, I was in Spider-Man. What's going on?
Yeah, I think there was an amount of it because there was a lot of people that were, wondering, okay, well, is he an extra? Like, what is he doing? Does he speak? They don't, I'm sure they probably get pitched people all the time. Oh, they're starring in this movie, and then they're hardly in it.
I want to talk more about Magic Mike because I love this movie, and I love Channing Tatum. Like I love Channing Tatum.
I love that guy too.
And dancers seem to be. I'll go Ryan Gosling, Channing Tatum, two guys that started dancing because he was like in the Mickey Mouse Club as a kid. Yeah. Like there's just a way their carriage, the way they conduct themselves. Mm-hmm. You can't take your eyes off them. Channing Tatum, that backflip he does off the bridge. Like, that was all just one shot. Like, how do you know he's going to pull it off without cracking his head open? Well,
I will say this.
Yes, sir.
Channing's house has the swimming pool is underneath a 3-story roof. So when you get invited to a pool party at Channing's house, you walk in, yo, my man, what's up? Go jump off the roof, and we'll talk when you get done.
I'm in. I got no problem with that whatsoever.
You go up to the third floor up on the roof. I
love it.
And you got to jump off into the pool. That's like your initiation to hanging.
You got any problems with heights?
No.
I like it.
Yeah, that's great.
Matty Boy's down, right? So you
Except the trick is like, I wanted to run, like you're all amped up and he's, no, don't run.
You'll miss the pool.
Stand right here and jump. If you run into it, you're going to fly over the pool.
You're in the neighbor's koi pond with telescope legs going, what happened? So he's as cool as we all think it is.
Yeah, he's the coolest guy. Yeah,
it is like this immediate pushback. Whenever there's like a good-looking guy that can act and can carry a joke, like people automatically are like, man, fuck that guy. I hate that guy. And it's like the more he stays out of the papers, he just seems like a guy where it comes very naturally to him. Mm-hmm. And I guess I'm asking you, is he as cool as I think he is?
Yeah, he is. He is. I mean, and that was something I wondered about too. Because, you do have that guy thing.
And
like,
McConaughey,
come on, man, is he that cool? And he is.
Everybody in that movie is like a card-carrying cool guy that gets hated on. Because I've been defending McConaughey for years.
McConaughey's the best.
He's our boss. Best. I'm going to have you meet my boss, and that's McConaughey in 10 years. I swear. Is Don Martin around? You will shit your pants when Don Martin comes in and goes, all right, my man, what is going on?
All right.
Top of the hour is sacred, my man. Hit the post, give time. Let me know where you've been. Let me know where you're going. Yeah, go get Don. Let's see if you think he's Matthew McConaughey in 15 years.
Yeah, McConaughey, once again, like the best.
I was just on the beach with two buddies of mine, and they were talking shit about McConaughey, and I go, let me get this straight. The guy's married, he's got kids, he's got $14 million liquid in the cash. And then every once in a while he smokes grass and plays bongos naked, and that does yoga on the beach. That's a problem for you guys. Like, isn't that what you want to do in success?
Yeah. Hey, Yeah.
All right.
He's got the life, man. Yeah, he's the best.
Magic Mike, it seemed like all you guys, is my perception correct? It seems like everyone had a lot more to do, and then in editing, everybody just kind of got weeded out minute by minute.
Well, honestly, when we read the script, we actually had more to do when we wanted to film the movie, believe it or not.
Say it again?
We had more. We wound up improvising, like a lot of those scenes that were in there, like backstage when, Alex Pettifer's kid character comes in and we get him to rub Kevin Nash's legs.
Yeah.
That was all just improv. It was all just like fucking around between takes because, Soderbergh gets everybody there. He's his own cameraman. So he has his own shot selection in his head, and he doesn't have to translate that to anyone. So it's a real, kind of unique for today's day and age, like director experience. So we get there and sit for about an hour while Steven is walking around the room looking at us, figuring out how he wants these shots to go. And during that hour, we're just screwing around talking about whatever, Russian cosmonauts and this guy banged some Waffle House waitress and, on and on and on. And then by the time that hour goes by and Steven's ready to shoot, he'll go, hey, forget all that dialogue. Tell that story about banging that Waffle House waitress. That's great. Let's put that in.
And he's his own camera op.
Yeah. And he's like, okay, so I need a track right here. And he'll do like kind of maybe a take or two. And maybe coverage, maybe not. Maybe he just gets it all and then we're done.
It seems like every Soderbergh movie, whenever it ends, I could have gone another half hour. Like that's his greatest skill is leaving me wanting more. And that never happens in movies. You're always like, there's always a moment you look at your watch, go, it should be wrapping up. Like Contagion, it just ends. And the one with, the political one with George Clooney and Ryan Gosling and Giamatti and those guys.
The Ides of March.
Ides of March just ends. And you're like, whoa, I could have gone another hour. Magic Mike, just done. Just great movie, great fun.
Yeah. They didn't. Well, I mean, to answer your question about the guys, I mean, we actually there were more guys in the movie than there were on paper. To believe it or not,
just you pick guys up in the parking lot, like look at the shoulders on this guy. Let's put him in the background.
Get in the back. Let's go. Yeah.
Give him a sandwich with fries on it. I'm king of the callbacks, bro. Oh, that's Jay Mohr's. He wants two. He's a pig. So, how do you pick up guys along the way? Like
what I'm saying is that we wound up there. There were less scenes, including the guys, in the script. Than there were in the movie.
So once the cameras were up and running,
the guys were hardly in it in the script.
So and you just sign up to do it because it's Soderbergh?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
More or less, yeah. I mean, you get on the phone with Steven Soderbergh, you have a talk about penis pumps and fireman suits, and then you're like, okay, man, let's do this.
Have you ever used a penis pump?
I have not. They're like a medieval torture device, man. It's like...
Well, how do you know that if you've never used it?
Because I fucking saw...
You saw other guys use it?
Well,
you went to the penis pump club?
Prior to the movie? Yeah, no penis pumps. Man.
Fleshlight?
Have you seen one of these things?
No, I'm square, bro.
It's like a suction tube.
Oh, yeah, I've those... Yeah.
With the pump,
But why is you and Steven Soderbergh having a conversation about penis pumps?
Because there was a scene in there where my character uses a penis pump, so I had to talk to Steven about penis pumps.
Did he try to talk you into...
What is this? What's going on with this? And how is this? How are you framing this? What's going to be seen? How,
You really had that many questions about a penis pump scene?
Yeah. You read that thing and you go, what is going on with... Like, how are we going to do this? It just
I would have two...
looks over and Richie's dick is in a penis pump. That's the stage direct. Interior, backstage of club, Richie's dick in penis pump.
I would only have two questions. Are you really going to see my dick? And can you give me about 20 minutes? That's been my every movie I've ever done where I've been naked, they crop it out. And I'm like, come on, man. They could help a guy out. If you do it right. You have to pinch the helmet before they say action.
That's the
key, but it's a fine line. Because you don't want to be up and running. They're like, action.
You don't get the fluffer built into the contract.
No.
Man.
So you're a single guy, bro. You gotta, you gotta think it forward. Married, 2 kids, get some fluffer. I don't even,
What about the wife? She don't want, like, hey, honey, come on out.
We'll
get you on payroll.
Yeah, but she's down. She's down for whatever.
For whatever.
Yeah, she's super cool.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. You would have married her too.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
All right.
She would have turned you. You would have unwerewolfed yourself.
You get some iPhone pictures? What are we doing here?
Yeah. We're going to take 90 seconds. Don't go anywhere because I got cool questions.
America was built by innovators, dreamers, cool people with cool names. Edison, Ford, Jobs, Henson. I want your name to be with their name. But you got to go to LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom.com is celebrating innovation by helping you launch your dream. Mohrierettes, or whatever you want to call yourselves. It's cool with me. Right now, many of you have an idea in your head that could make you a lot of money. But there's only one way to find out. You got to go for it. But get security. Apply for a patent to secure your invention or register your trademark to protect your product and services. Make a corporation. Form an LLC. Launch your business dream. LegalZoom.com. They're going to take care of you right from start to finish. Celebrate innovation with LegalZoom.com. And for limited time, get special price on trademark, copyright, and patent applications by using the referral code, my last name, Mohr, M-O-H-R, at checkout. Protect your creations, launch your dream, LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom.com can provide self-help services at your specific direction, or they can connect you to an attorney, but they're not a law firm. Don't forget to use my last name, Mohr, M-O-H-R, for that referral code.
Joe Manganiello from Pittsburgh. What do you like most about being single? These are cards now. I found these in my wall. I found these in my garage. These little cards with like weird, we smoked way too much pot on vacation questions.
I love them. Yeah. So what do I like most about being single?
Here's a better one.
Okay.
Pussy is probably the number one answer on the board. Let's get Steve Harvey. Number one question on the board. Show me pussy. Ding. What would you most like to ask God?
What I most like to ask God?
You want to pass?
Let's pass on that one.
What did you get in most trouble for when you were a kid?
Probably running away from home.
What? Why?
Because I was always like a straight A student. I got asked to skip grades, and then somewhere in junior high, like girls didn't care about the grades, and so I just kind of saw it and went, who cares about this, and stopped doing my homework. And, I was always just smart enough to just kind of breeze by. So I wound up getting a C in honors algebra or whatever the hell I was in. And because I got a C, my dad signed me up for summer school for the advanced class. So I would actually have to pay attention for what was coming up the next year. And I just was sitting in summer school, and I couldn't play basketball, summer league basketball with my buddies. And, there was this one kid in there who was like, he was like the mole. He was like the bad kid who always ran away. He was like that guy. And I turned to him and went, I need to get out of here. You need to help me, And he was like, okay, great, let's go. And so we just, lunchtime in summer school, we just took off.
Now, how far did you go and how long?
I stayed out for like 2 days, just
Where?
long.
This is amazing.
We went around, we stayed at this, we would go to the friends of ours, different places where we knew like a friend whose parents worked during the day. So we'd go hang out over there, and then we'd go hang out over at this place.
And where'd you sleep at night?
Slept under, there's this place where the trolley would, we had like a, subway, and it would come above ground.
In Pittsburgh?
In Pittsburgh, yeah. And there was almost like an overhang that was it was weird. It was almost like a cave that was formed by this overhang where the trolley would go by.
Not the good kind of under the trolley.
Yeah,
weird
so
one.
Kind of slept under this like trolley kind of spot where
Where did you shit?
Friends' houses, I guess.
But at night you just held it?
On the wall,
Yeah, made Pollux.
Yeah.
Now, what made you decide to go home? It sucked living under a overpass of a trolley?
I had enough. I mean, really what it was about was just making a statement, just saying, hey, I'm not okay with this.
The question was, how ironic would it be if the full moon lit your way as you made your way from house to house at night?
Would have been very poetic, Jay.
But it's not the case. You had a flashlight. Yeah. You came prepared. What did your father do when you got back to the house?
Tried to send me to juvenile detention center.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Called the cops, had them come over, tried to send me to juvenile. They couldn't take me because I came home of my own volition. So then the war was on.
And then you went to Carnegie Mellon, so you obviously had good grades.
Yeah, but Carnegie Mellon is a bit they recruit actors the way it's almost like a combine. I mean, they recruit actors the way that
right, but not a lot of dummies walking around Carnegie Mellon.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah,
and Dale Carnegie, Andrew Mellon,
Andrew Carnegie,
Andrew Carnegie,
Andrew Mellon,
and Michael Mellon. Michael, wait a minute.
Bill Mellon.
Bill Mellon.
Yep.
And Joey Carnegie.
Joey Butter Carnegie.
Joey Manga Carnegie. Home of the Carnegie sandwich with fries.
Yeah.
Run the fingers through their hair.
Don't you dare fucking ask for it without fries.
Oh my God. Jay Mohr's came in. At least Hillary Clinton had the...
E-voice, my friends. Having a receptionist would be cool, but you're going to have to pay her and put up with her stinky perfume. You know what? E-voice is cool. It'll enhance your image. You could work faster, make more money. Try eVoice right now for free. When you go to evoice.com, use the promo code JAY, my name, evoice.com, J. eVoice is your virtual assistant, your own toll-free number, dial by name directory. All your calls will be professionally answered and routed wherever you want them to be routed. eVoice types out your voicemail messages and emails them to you instantly, just like with a real receptionist, except you don't have to pay her or him and put up with stinky cologne or stinky perfume or bad attitudes. You can operate like a top executive, but stay lean like a startup and blow away your competitors. eVoice has been mentioned as a key tool for today's businesses in both Inc. magazine and Forbes. I believe in eVoice. I want you to believe in eVoice. I want you to try eVoice. Go to evoice.com, promo code J, evoice.com, promo code J, evoice.com, promo code J, or just go to jmohr.com and click the eVoice banner. Squarespace, got to use it. It's good for you. All-in-one platform that makes it easy to create a professional website, blog, a portfolio, or online store. If your website stinks, people are going to think your company stinks. Are you a comic? Are you a writer? Do you have your own business? Do you want an online store? Do you want to sell stuff? You want to move some merch? Squarespace could do it for you. Beautiful templates. Responsive design. Your website will automatically scale to fit perfectly on every device. Every Squarespace template has its own customized mobile view. $8 a month for the standard plan, $16 for their unlimited plan, and $24 for the unlimited plan and an online store. You could sell things. This is awesome. Free trial, my friends, but you got to go to squarespace.com. And when you're ready to purchase it,
yeah, and they take the fries out with their hands. They dump them out of the fryer or pick them up, barehanded and just stuff them in.
Some girl's running Aquanet through her fingers, through her hair, picking her nose, and then I go, "Hey, could I not have fries?" And she slammed it down.
How'd that go?
You get yins get fries.
Yeah,
I got fries for yins.
And then they get the hot sauce, the Red Devil hot sauce.
It was incredible. I ate 2 of those. I just did like Good Morning Pittsburgh, so it was like early.
Yeah.
And my driver was like, it's a little early for that. I'm like, fuck that. Circle around. If I'm in Pittsburgh, I'm getting the sandwich.
But you ate it.
I ate 2 of them.
So there you go. Because the thing is sometimes people go there, celebrities go there, and they don't eat the sandwich. They order it to do like a little PR. I think there was a famous story about Hillary Clinton went to Permane Brothers and ordered it and just took the pictures with it and then left and didn't even eat the sandwich.
With that big fat ass, you're telling me she didn't have the sandwich with the fries?
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I heard.
I don't know if you noticed my gut, Joe Manganiello, but I don't really turn down too many meals on the road. It's kind of a point of pride for me.
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot. I like finding the little nooks and crannies. And Permane Brothers, that was the coolest. Most people, of course, know Joe Manganiello.
There you go. From
True Blood, where you play a werewolf.
Yes.
Now, that's got to be the most uncomfortable audition of all time.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of growling and snarling. Literally.
Was there really?
I swear. Well, the scene that they gave me was this snarling transformation scene, like going into like a fight. So
it's humiliating.
So you're sitting there in the waiting room, and you can hear through the walls because they're like paper thin. You can hear the other guys going ahead of me, and I've already kind of planned out what I'm going to do, and nobody's really going for it in there. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm either getting this part, or I'm going to look like the biggest fucking asshole in the history of the planet. And I went in there and just stuck to my guns. And
you went way, like you took it to 11.
Like, yes, 211, snarling about 12 inches away from the casting director's face, who's this little, like 4'11", like Long Island woman. So she's like, "Oh my God, he's an animal." And I'm like 12 inches away snarling, "I'll kill you." And
You're a huge guy. Like you are massively. You're built like a Klitschko. Like you're built like a giant heavyweight boxer. It's amazing. Like when you walk in a room, I say this with all envy. Like you're an actual enormous physical specimen. You must be a job as much as you work out. Is it just all? It's a lifestyle.
It's a job. Yeah. I mean, it literally. I mean, my trainer was playing semi-pro football up until 2 years ago. And
want to give him a shout out? Go ahead.
Yeah, my trainer Ron Matthews.
Ronnie Matthews.
Yeah, Ron Matthews. Yeah, he's playing for Inglewood. Actually, they were the number 2 team in the nation semi-pro a couple years ago. He was
Inglewood up to no good.
Inglewood.
City of Champions, son.
Yeah, shout out.
Big shout out to Ronnie Matthews.
Yeah, in Inglewood.
So you're at about 4.5% body fat.
I don't know.
I do.
I had the
looking
pancake, the olive oil pancake breakfast this morning. So.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm done being shirtless for the foreseeable future.
Oh well, we shoot bonus content when the podcast is over. We have our own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I figured you and I could take our shirts off and do diamond push-ups. But face up, nipple to nipple.
How many did Rick Fox get?
Not many. It was weird. He tapped out at about 16. Yeah, it was in the teens.
Interesting.
But we did it downstairs, and Einstein here took a photo of it instead of recording it. So I'm on a YouTube channel, the photo, and have him do an actual commentary of what happened for a minute and a half. It's a minute and a half.
All I care about is destroying Pat O'Brien. How many can he get?
Pat O'Brien is oddly one of the strongest men alive. Not joking. He's like crazy old man strong. like
Just click enter an offer code under pricing at checkout and use the offer code JAY6, J6 for 10% off. This is great. JAY and the number 6. Or go to fakemustache.com and click on the Squarespace banner on the Mohr Stories page. Squarespace. Everything you need to create an exceptional website.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
If you want to battle, it's either that you will or you won't.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Yeah, manja. Will it be like the manja, like eat?
San Gennaro feast.
But it's the feast of Santa Rocco. Manganiello. Manganiello.
Whoa, there's no reason. You don't have to swear, Joe.
Hey, guy. It's like
Manganiello.
Yeah, it's like a billy club that cops beat people with.
A Manganiello?
The Manganiello. Yeah.
Pittsburgh's own. Born and bred.
Born and bred.
You got Pittsburgh pride, and you should. Pittsburgh is one of my favorite American cities. I love it. I dig it.
Yeah.
PNC Park, prettiest ballpark I've ever been in my life.
You eat the Permane Brothers sandwich?
Yes, and I ate. So I almost got beat up there because I asked for it without the fries in the middle, and there was a girl behind the counter. And you know that the rules when you go get the sandwich, you get what they give you.
Oh yeah, you don't mess with it.
It's coleslaw, and then they put French fries. Clint Eastwood and Gran Torino straw.
It's like when your dad gets in your face, and
Yeah,
you're
when
still scared shitless of him, even though you're bigger than him.
Yeah, like when he takes like pot shots at me, it actually kind of scared. Like I get a little frightened, like because he gets a look in his eye, like I might just be serious about this. He's one of those guys. He's Michael Douglas in Falling Down at any given moment. He could just be that guy to just pound your face in and be like, "I'm out of here. I don't need this shit." In the Final Four. Here's Steve with Laker news. Jay Mohr beat to a pulp by me.
Well, for everybody listening to this, I mean, Pat O'Brien. I literally walked in to meet Jay, and Pat O'Brien punched me in the dick. And then started throwing punches at Jay. So
But then he goes, "What do you think about that?"
Yeah, and then Jay was like, "Oh, somebody help me!" And so I ran in and Macho Man elbow drop Pat in the head, and
his apricot hair, his phony apricot hair. He's got apricot colored hair that only comes in a fucking box with a picture of Red Auerbach on it. That hair is not in nature. That is some phony fucking hair.
Red Auerbach,
Fox only.
Red Auerbach's only.
Yeah, this
endorsement deal
the Red Auerbach hair
of all
dye.
time. Yeah,
just for men. Apricot for phonies. I would say Pat O'Brien. I'm going to say 22%. perfect form, but he would get more, but he wouldn't be able to not talk shit to you the entire time.
That would probably take away some energy. It's kind of like Usain Bolt, like easing up at the end just to kind of look back and make a face at you as he's running across the finish line.
Yeah, he's a total enigma. He's an older gentleman, and he's gotten his life together, and he's peerless as a broadcaster. But every once in a while, he'll just punch a guest in the dick.
Pat versus Marv Albert.
Oh, Pat.
Yeah,
I'll take Pat against any announcer except Gus Johnson. Gus Johnson, I think, just goes roughhouse over Pat. In a fist fight, you're talking about.